Mommy's fake asshole. And that's the toilet word.
Welcome to Life Under the Laundry Pile, airing it all out, one conversation at a time. This is Copper.
This is Heather.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. I'm like looking at you to say hi.
And I only see like a third of your head. It's hilarious.
I can't. Well, I have to. A disclaimer. I'm literally recording in my 9-year-old's closet. And if you saw my setup, I actually posted a picture of it on our Instagram page. I have the microphone and the phone literally leaning against a trophy on a box of Legos, and it's some crazy shit. If we have an earthquake, I'm in trouble. It's all going down. It's going down.
What does it smell like in that closet? I'm just curious.
Well, thankfully we have brand new carpet, so that kind of masks any odor, and it doesn't appear that there are dirty clothes near me, but who knows what's behind the basket of stuffed animals. If you can see the basket of stuffed animals behind me.
I can see them. He's so sweet.
He likes to stuff shit behind that basket, and I find it, randomly. So
I just usually find, I find clothes they have a basket in their room, and there'll literally be a t-shirt like 2 feet in front of the basket. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, nothing ever goes in a clothes basket. Are you kidding me? What the hell? I bought I have a super cute, vintage clothes basket that my mom found for the girls. Shit never ends up in there. It's always on top of it or by it. And the lid is open.
But it looks cute as hell.
It does look cute as hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it might as well be a fucking stool because things sit on it instead of go in it. You know what I mean?
Oh, my gosh. Well, I have to say, it's been forever since we have recorded.
I know, it's kind of crazy. I tell you, at the beginning of the year, we thought, okay, things are going to calm down soon.
Ha!
I think we must have been smoking crack when we had that conversation, because that exact opposite actually happened.
I wish I was smoking crack. I could be skinnier.
You could be like that crazy chick that dances on Facebook all the time. Entertainment.
Yes. Yeah,
Holy shit, what's up with that?
Oh, man, I had to unfollow her. It was just making me sad.
Oh, my God, you actually followed her?
I did for a while. Janelle got me hooked on her. But she's too much of a train wreck. I quit following her. But I seriously I'm like, if I did coke, I'd be a lot skinnier. I think about that sometimes because I'm more likely to do coke than give up beer. So... I've never done it in my life, but I'm like, if I could get past that whole burning sensation of snorting it, I bet I could do it.
I couldn't do shit. I could. No shit goes up my nose. It's kind of like, no.
I can't do nasal spray. My Flonase kills me. I hate doing Flonase.
It's an exit only, as is the
just
other.
Just like your butt.
Yes. There are exit onlys on your body, and those are the two of them. And sometimes your mouth. It just depends on the situation. If you catch my drift.
I need cheeseburgers to go in. I mean, it depends on what goes in.
Exactly.
Some things are not welcome. Yeah.
Yeah. We're on the same page with this one.
Totally. Oh, poor husbands.
Oh, no. They'll be fine.
So we have, just in the beginning, I just want to go over this really quick. We have actually recorded 2 shows that you guys won't actually hear through our feed. One is for a charity that we did, that as soon as that comes out, we will let you know. And the other one is last Friday, we did the coolest thing ever. So last Friday, we were guest hosts on Soiled Restroom Cinema. A friend of mine, and your friend too, I met him at Podfest. Honor does a show with his lovely co-host, and they take these movies and tear them to pieces. And we actually got to be on it last Friday, so that was really cool, and I had a great time. Did you?
I did. It was.
Look, I'm putting you on the line. I'm like, did you like it? Did you? Was it fun?
I think you were more nervous than I was. I think my saving grace was I was so freaking exhausted. My mom is in town, and it was just. I was just like, and we had been dealing with a whole bunch of stuff with my husband and all, and some things. We'll talk about that later. But it was super fun. It was really fast paced. I have to say, much more fast paced than what we do. So that kind of threw me like totally for a loop.
Right.
I mean, but yeah, it was great. I like how he does his show. He literally must have notes written out, which is something I don't. So I really admired the fact that he had his shit together, and I never do. And we watched this horrible movie, which is the whole point of the podcast. They review horrible movies, and it was indeed a horrible movie.
It was a horrible movie. It was painful to watch, and I really wanted it to end.
And I love Bradley Cooper, but yes.
I'm not a big Bradley Cooper fan. That's the thing.
Hangover,
So it was kind of
loved him.
perfect.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah,
It
he
was-
just gets on my nerves. And, like, he doesn't play a lovable character on that, really, either, does he? I don't know. I saw Hangover once.
No, he's kind of a douche on the Hangover,
Yeah.
but he is
He's a
nice at
douche.
times.
He's a douche in every single movie he's in.
Okay.
Because he plays the same person every single time, and he was just messed up in this movie. But I wasn't necessarily nervous to be on the show. I could talk to Honor all the time, which
Right.
we go back and forth on, Messenger a lot. But I was just, the pressure of getting to that point was last week. There could not have been a worse week
I know.
for us
I know.
to do that show.
I have to say, I have to agree with you totally. I was this close by that evening to saying I can't do it, but I was not going to let you down. I mean,
Right.
as much as the shit that we went through that week, and it was the
Right.
last thing that I really felt like doing at that moment. But I'm glad
Right.
we did it. I think we did. We
I
did
am
pretty
too.
well.
I'm
So
Yeah. Well, and you guys can find out when we, it will actually come out on Thursday, the 21st. And so when it does, we will make sure that we post it for you. So make sure you go over there and show them some love,
by
because
the
they
time,
really
yeah,
deserve it.
yeah. Well, by the time they hear us doing this podcast, it will have already come out. So
Right.
we
right,
will. We'll share it on our page.
Right.
We'll share the link to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of
So
hard.
we will-
It's kind of hard when you record and it's that time weird time lapse thing that you can't ever
Right.
quite get the hang
Hopefully
of.
the show is going to get out like pretty quick here. So but when I say that, something always happens. Like now that I've said that, the school will call any minute.
Oh, poor Red.
I
Why
was
is it that
on the
I
phone-
automatically said Red.
I know, because we all know. Well, Jackie already has a cold. So, like, I almost felt really bad this morning because I'm like, get your ass out of the car. And he's like, okay, mommy. And, like, snot's running down his face. I'm like, I love you. Bye.
Get your ass out. You ain't got a fever.
Yeah.
You're not throwing up. We're good. Go.
No. But I digress. We will, hopefully be able to get back on track. I say that assuming that things are starting to mellow out a little bit.
Even out.
Which is
That's
kind of
so
funny.
funny.
Right. Yeah, I know.
I'm not
Well,
buying that.
it's been, so let's step back a little bit and talk about why it's been a month since we have really recorded anything. Do you want to start, or you want me to?
Yeah, you start. I don't even know
Okay,
where
all
to
right.
start.
So we had this little storm here in Houston. You guys may or may not have heard of it. He's a real dick. His name is Harvey, and he really messed us up quite a bit here. So we've been dealing with a lot of destruction and flooding, just horrific. And we're still, and we will for at least a year, if not more. Things will not be normal here for a long, long time. But in the process of Harvey, everything in our lives got pushed back like 2 weeks because, it happened when school was starting back up. So school did not start for about a week and a half after it was supposed to. Our obligations got pushed back. Matt's travel plans got pushed back. Literally everything in our lives got pushed back. But it's not like we had that time free because we were, mucking people's houses out, which is a great time. Well, and and the thing is the storm hit and the storm left, and it rained a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it was a lot of rain and everything, but we thought we were pretty unscathed. So, things are okay. So, but I mean, like there were areas just south of us that were hit extremely hard. And we were very lucky. However, we woke up the day after the storm kind of really started to slow down to a huge amount of flooding in the Kingwood area. So I think, please do not quote me on this because it's possible it's more, but someone is saying over 20% of the homes, so about like 4,000 homes were flooded. And more than half
the
of the
businesses to me, I think, were the oh shit, when the oh shit moment, when you realize how many businesses went under and literally went underwater.
Right.
It's insane to me.
Basically, like if you're talking businesses alone, it's about 2/3 of the businesses.
I have to
in
agree.
Kingwood.
I mean, it's
so it's and things are finally like, and this is amazing because you got to remember, it seems like it's been a year, but it's only been a couple weeks. Things are starting to finally like open back up, like the smaller stores and everything. So, but it's awesome because you're like, okay, this is normal. Things are happening. The bigger stuff, the grocery stores and the gas stations and the banks and the doctor's offices, it's going to be a long time for them. But, it's starting to pick itself up. But we've been spending a lot of our energy, helping the people that their house is flooded. It's incredibly humbling to go into these houses and help because these people have lost everything. And we've been so fortunate that we were mildly inconvenienced by the storm. So it really has been our job, our duty to go in and help them.
Yeah,
so,
and I have to tell you, going forward, it's going to be a long road for a lot of those. And a lot of those people or places, unfortunately, are not going to be able to come back. There's just no coming back sometimes because a lot of them didn't have flood insurance because where they lived in like a 500-year floodplain and were not thinking that they would ever need the flood insurance, which makes it even sadder to me because these people had no way to recover financially from this. Right.
And they'll get some assistance, but it's not going to. Yeah. And a lot of them have, there's been some businesses that have been like, what, we're just not going to come back. And the majority of them are businesses that were kind of faltering to begin with. So I think it was just kind of the last nail in the coffin for them. And there's been several people that have, decided not to stay in their homes. So there are some people that can't stay in their homes. Their homes are going to have to be knocked down, which is incredibly sad to me. So, but, they'll prevail and it'll be okay.
Harvey was he was
a dick. He was a real dick. And, and the thing is unfortunately, someone really kind of screwed the pooch on the decisions they made.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's why, that's kind of why we're at where we're at with the flooding is because, bad choices were made by higher ups. Yeah. So it's kind of it's a tough pill to swallow. And it's hard for because you're angry at the storm and you're angry at people. And it's it's been a very difficult month.
Well, I don't know if you encountered it or not, but I encountered a couple of my Facebook friends who made comments to the effect of, basically, what are these people idiots? Why would they not evacuate? And
you still would have lost all your shit.
Yeah, and
so
I
don't know. Yeah,
for a while, and then finally, I had to speak up and I said, look, I said, you don't understand what happened in the case in Kingwood. I said, basically, what happened was, these people literally within minutes they opened the dam in Lake Conroe and it came in where it had never come before and flooded these houses up to their garage doors I'm talking to the top of their garage doors. Yes.
Ceilings. Yeah. Ceilings, and really, for a lot of them.
Again, like I said earlier, 500-year floodplain. And this is not what happens in a 500-year floodplain. This was man-made flooding, essentially, by letting that floodgate go. So those poor people had no idea. I mean,
and even if, to point out that they were ridiculous for not evacuating, I don't think they understand the effort that goes into evacuating, for one thing. And B, these people's lives would still be ruined. Right. They would have come back to it. I mean, it's not like you just leave and never come back. They still would have lost everything.
Yeah, it's terrible. So, and then, we're talking about the hurricane. There's a video that I just saw on the Facebook, I guess, this morning, and it was the guy. I don't know if you saw it, but it was in Plum Grove, just outside Cleveland, just up the road from us, and he had to make the sad decision to leave his farm animals because at the last minute he realized. So he basically let his animals loose. Did you see this video?
No, I did not.
He let his animals loose, and he thought, I have to hope for the best. He couldn't evacuate with all of them. He had horses and cows and sheep and goats and pigs and, just an enormous amount of animals. And the video was him going back after the hurricane to see what had happened. And the pig walks across the farm to him, and he's like crying, and the pig's running towards him. And I think her name was Patty, but it was really, really sweet. And it's just, I don't know. Unless you've ever gone through a hurricane, it's hard to describe all the emotions and everything that goes along.
Right.
So,
and the reality of the hurricane was it was stressful in itself, and it was really that destruction afterward that's sticking with us at this point, because if it hadn't been for the flooding, we would have picked up some tree limbs. People would have lost and there wasn't even huge power outages until the flood.
Right.
So, people would have gotten their power back, and it would have been okay. Like, we would have had to replace stuff in our freezer, and we would have been fine.
Right.
But man, that flooding, I tell you what, I mean, it made it a completely different story.
It did, and I have to say, even though I'm in Tennessee now, it actually affected me because my daughter, my 15-year-old, she chose to stay behind in Kingwood and finish high school, so she's living with my in-laws. But her high school, Kingwood High School, completely flooded. I mean, literally everything in the school was ruined, and I think they were estimating at this point like $40 to $50 million to fix it. I was watching the news.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, their school was a total loss, and this is an enormous school with over 2,700, I believe, students.
Yes. Yeah.
So they scrambled within a week to figure out, where are these kids? What are we going to do with these kids? Because there's nowhere that really can accommodate that many kids.
No.
And the community, just to show you how great Kingwood is, rallied together and said, we can't separate these kids. You cannot separate these kids. They're kind of a community. So they are going to school. They worked out a schedule where they go half day every day. And then the other kids that are at the school where they're going now, they go half day in the morning. So
by the way, that means that like we have two different communities now affected by it, because this other school has opened their doors and said, we will make accommodations for you.
Yes.
Which is incredible of them,
It is. I have to tell you. And then the Houston Texans reached out and donated shoes and equipment and footballs to the Kingwood High School football team, which I thought was amazing. I have to tell you, I love Texas. And I love Texas even more after all of this, because like J.J. Watt, the people like that just, I don't know, something about people in Texas. I don't know. Look at my shirt. My shirt says Texas.
I know.
Strong.
She's wearing her Texas shirt now.
And then, did anything else happen after that, before the next hurricane, other than?
No. I mean, like, honestly, we had the first day of school.
Yeah, you did. So you talk about that.
Red. I wish I had something super exciting to declare about that, but it went so stinking well.
Yeah.
He did great.
Yeah.
He did great.
That's awesome.
So he kind of up to the point, and I really was irked that we were delayed for as long as we were, even though it was totally necessary. And I don't think, they made the right choice. For so many different reasons, they made the right choice. But for us, it was like, I had got him to the point, like, you're going to school on this day and you have no say in it. And then I'm like, never mind, so my word totally doesn't mean anything now. But we finally got to the point of the first day of school, and it was about 2 weeks after we were supposed to start. We were supposed to start on a Monday, and we ended up starting on a Thursday. So, whatever. But he was brave, and he jumped out of bed that morning, and he got himself dressed and ate his breakfast, put his shoes on, and we got to the school, and we got sister and brother dropped off, and he had this brief moment where I got to see him scared. He was nervous. Like, he's like, I don't know if I can do this. I'm like, yes, you can. It's going to be great. And he just totally took my word on that. And we went in the room, and he told me I could leave. And that was it. He had an amazing time. So
that's awesome.
And he's done great. Like, every day he's been excited to go. He loves it. There hasn't been any. In fact, his teacher called. I was on the phone with my sister, and I got a call coming through from the school, and I'm like, son of a bitch, we made it a week, and it was his teacher. So I'm like, I got to go. And I answered, and she's like, how are you? And I'm like, well, it depends on why you're calling me. But it was just a check-in call. She just wanted to know if there was, any concerns or anything, that we needed to discuss. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of him.
And And then, I am super proud of him. Like, totally not the way I thought that this was going to go. And I, so
especially
I'm really happy
especially
with
after I
that.
saw the picture of me, the teacher, with him next to the teacher. He was not a happy camper.
I know, he was so pissed that night. And then on top of the first day of kindergarten thing and finally get him out of the house, the fucker lost a tooth.
That's pretty awesome, though. He's like,
so
let's
I'm
just
like,
get it
this
all
is
out of the
too
way.
much. It's too much. I can't take all of this growing up crap in 1 week. Like, literally in 1 week. He started school and he lost his first tooth. I'm like, I'm done.
Let's just get this shit all out of the way. He said, let's just do it. Let's go.
Let's do it. What else can I do? You want me to drive a car? I wouldn't surprise me if he could, but I told Matt, I'm like, I'm so bummed. And he's like, why? I'm like, you don't understand. Like, this is our last first day of kindergarten.
Yeah.
This is our last first tooth. This, it's just everything with him.
I hate last
so
first.
bittersweet.
I don't know about you, but I hate them with a passion.
I hate him too.
I do.
And then I had, oh my gosh, I had the weirdest dream last night where I was pregnant and in labor again.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hell no. Mm-mm. No, ma'am.
Oh.
I'm gonna get that Mirena updated because that's just not happening. Like, I need that double protection. But it was just the weirdest thing. And I told Maggie, I'm like, Mommy had a dream that I had another baby last night. And she's like, was it a girl? Can we have another baby? Can we have a girl? I'm like, no, it was a dream. This is not happening.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's me like processing, losing my baby.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
It's that not reverse psychology, but it's just that, it's that in your head.
That mental,
you're so sad about all the babies.
Like, I'm mourning it. I am mourning it.
No, I know. I totally get it. I do. I mean, Landon lost his first molar the night before last, and it just broke my heart because you think, I know that sounds silly, but it's just one of those things where that just means, he's growing up, and it's just really hard when you're a parent and you care.
And it's bad enough when you've got a teenager, so you've been through this and you have so much more you'll go through. But like Maggie, the changes in her in the last couple months have just been insane.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm dealing with watching a child go into her preteens, and then I have this little, the one. And there's Jackie in the middle, and he's happy-go-lucky, and he's doing this whole thing. So, but then there's Henry, who's just going through all these first, and I'm like, ugh, I can't. I'm done with momming for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go hide in the corner and let me know when you guys all graduate from high school.
Yeah, I have to say, be prepared, because as you've noticed, tweens or preteen years are no joke. Holy cow. And Emma's kind of hitting there too, it's kind of weird. Just, oh my gosh. You think they're little, and then all of a sudden, bam, they're not little anymore.
Right.
And it sucks. So.
Well, Maggie, like that night before school started, she's like, so much is going to happen this year, Mommy. And I'm like, nope, nothing is going to happen this year. Everything's going to be the same. Stop it. Stop right now.
Oh my goodness. All right. So we talked about Harvey and we talked about Red starting school. We actually had another big hurricane that floated up through the Atlantic, right?
Yep.
And it was a pretty big one. It was Irma. And in the middle of all of that, I was insane enough to drive to Florida to go to a wedding. So I was going south on 65 as people were evacuating north on 65. And I thought, surely my cousins are going to cancel this wedding. There's no way, because at the time the hurricane was literally heading toward Pensacola. I don't know if you remember, there were a few days there where it was heading up there. But
man, Irma couldn't make up her damn mind.
She could not.
She just
and she was a scary bitch, man. That was pretty scary. Yeah. So we headed to Florida for the weekend, and it was quick in, quick out, go to the wedding. But it was a great wedding. I was so glad to see my cousin get married. It was nice to see my family. And I picked my mom up in a U-Haul with the rest of my furniture that I've never gotten, and we drove back. And it was insane after that with watching Irma, because I don't know about you guys, you probably didn't, but we did get quite a few evacuees, because apparently there was nowhere to be found between Florida and Tennessee. Nothing was available.
Well, yeah, no one's coming this way, girl. Our grocery store hasn't even recovered.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah, no one's coming this direction.
Apparently
but
they
yeah.
just kept going north. So we did.
But I do know a lot of people that did evacuate. We've got, we lived there for a while, as that's where you grew up. So we had, many friends and family that were affected by that storm.
And it's crazy, going up the interstate, you saw nothing but RV after RV, and I couldn't help but think these are snowbirds, I think, that probably had already come from, up north and settled in for the winter. I use quotes, quotations for that, down in South Florida. And so apparently I think a lot of those people had to pack up and head back up north. So we had lots of babies born here that were traveling en route. I've seen it all over the news, and
I know, right?
Kind of crazy, I tell you what. So, but Irma did a lot of damage too to South Florida. I don't know if do you have friends down there that were affected?
In South Florida, yes. Everyone is safe.
Yeah. Did they have?
Everyone is fine, right? And most of them were pretty lucky, property-wise. Okay. So a few had some pretty hefty damage, but in the islands before you get to Florida, and then like the Keys and when you go further out, like Puerto Rico and everything got hit really hard, and I'm blanking totally on other islands.
Barbuda was actually. I'm gonna tell you something. I had never.
Barbuda was completely wiped off the stinking map.
I had never even heard of Barbuda before this hurricane.
Right.
Ever. I kept thinking, lady, you're pronouncing Bermuda or Barbados wrong.
Nope.
And so. My mom and I were talking about this, and she looked at me and she said, "Have you ever heard of Barbuda before this?" And I said, "No." And you're right. Unfortunately, it put them on the map, literally put them on the map, because people had never really heard of it, and then totally wiped them off. I think for the first time in 300 years, they don't have people living on that island, which is really sad.
Right.
Especially considering now Maria is wiping out Puerto Rico as
slamming them out again. Right. Yeah.
Holy cow. It's like you can't get a break this year with the hurricanes.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell is going on between the hurricanes and the fires and the earthquakes. And Mexico's had 2 major earthquakes in the last week. The fires out on the West Coast are just wiping that area out.
Mother Nature is pissed at something.
She is pissed. She is pissed. Yeah.
She is one pissed off bitch. I don't know who pissed in her cornflakes, but she is on a roll. Holy cow. So it's kind of nuts. I mean, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. So what else is up?
Well, let's move on to, we are headed into fall.
We are headed, and it's my favorite time of the year. Especially here. The trees are starting to turn. Because you can feel it. It's insane.
Yeah, no, it's still 95 degrees out every freaking day.
Okay. It's like, it's in the 80s here, but here it doesn't feel hot because there's no humidity. Like when you get up in the morning, it's like 65, and it's great.
No, it's still hot.
I know you have on a tank top. It's so funny. I was noticing you have a tank top on. I was like,
I totally do. But full disclosure, this is my PJs.
Oh, see, I have a real bra on today. See, silver Walmart special. So yeah,
nice. Yeah, it's still so hot out here. Like we went on a play date yesterday. We went to the park that we all love. And my God, there was no air movement. It was like 110% humidity, 95 degrees out. I'm like literally dying. The kids are sweat pouring down their faces.
God, girl, as much as I miss Texas and I miss you guys, I do not miss that.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
I don't.
We miss you a lot. Like we seriously, I every day I'm in that car line. I'm like, aw.
I know there's somebody else who's got a damn minivan like me. You can just look at her and say, okay, that's her. She's still here.
Yeah, but I can't text and then watch that person like read their text and then ignore it. Yeah.
I know. It's crazy. It's so weird. I know. And
you would have been so like that car line is horrible this year. You'd be so angry. Let me tell you.
Well, and it's funny because I find myself comparing everything that this new school does to, the old school there. And let me just tell you, they ain't got nothing on the Hidden Hollow. I'm sorry. Hidden Hollow had it wrapped up in aces.
It's kind of the best. It is kind of the best.
I don't care what they say here. It's not Hidden Hollow. But
I will be very sad when our time is done at this school. I cannot. It's just an amazing school.
It is. Amazing people, amazing teachers, amazing school. I definitely, it's going to be hard to beat Hidden Hollow. So, but yeah, I don't go pickup line here. My kids ride the school bus home because we live kind of down, kind of far out. We don't live in a suburb per se anymore.
Right.
So,
well, that's totally what I mean. They would ride the bus, except for Maggie has to be a good, civil servant and do freaking safety patrol. So,
yeah.
God,
We don't have that.
I'm like, why do you have to be so responsible? Why do you have to be so stinking responsible? Can't you be the kid behind the school smoking, honestly, and still make the bus? Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with her? I mean, come on.
I know, right?
I know, right?
So, have you lost Lloyd to football yet?
No, and I'll tell you why. LSU sucked for their first game, and so did the Saints. So he literally turned halfway through the LSU game, and he said, "This fucking sucks. I ain't watching it." I was like, "Oh, okay," because I came down thinking it was halftime.
Right.
No, he said, "I give up." He said they already suck. So no, thanks.
He's just done. He's like, fuck you.
He is.
Fuck you and your shitty season.
And what sucks is we got the NFL Sunday ticket for free because I don't know if I ever talked about it, but the stupid DirecTV guy never showed up for like 2 days in a row. And we got pissed. So my husband got on the phone and they gave us NFL Sunday ticket for free this year.
Awesome.
And
Very
so
cool.
he can watch all of these games that he's now decided he's already given up on them. So
they can get better.
I fucking hate football. Like, I can't tell you how bad I hate it.
Matt actually declared this year that he's like, I'm not even interested. Is that wrong? He's like, do I lose my man card because I'm not interested in football? I'm like, I don't care if you do or not. I think it's amazing. Yeah, like that's fine.
I agree. Well, just out of curiosity, what were his teams?
He's a Packers fan.
Okay.
So, and he's never really cared that much. He's followed college football, but he's never really rooted for anybody.
Oh, I hate it. I have to tell you, this time of year drives me nuts. Fall drives me nuts on Facebook for 2 reasons. It's all the pumpkin spice shit. God love you, Janelle. Yes. And all of the fucking football stuff.
I know.
It's like,
yeah, it's one or the other.
I want to,
and she'll send us stuff all the time because she knows it drives us nuts.
Oh
so.
Man, and I'm not a fan of pumpkin flavored things. I did buy pumpkin flavored pumpkin scented hand sanitizer the other day from Bed Bath and
Oh, nice.
What is it? Bath and Body Works.
Bath and Body Works.
Yeah, from there. But I'm not going to go around gobbling up like pumpkin treats. That's not my thing. And the football's driving me crazy.
Right.
But other than that,
I love fall.
I do.
Fall is amazing. After I get off here today, it's early release day, so I'm picking up the kids at noon and we're going to go have lunch. But then I'm coming home and putting out all my pumpkin stuff.
Oh, I already did it.
Yeah.
My mom and I did it the other day. I was but what's sad is I'm like the only fucker in the whole neighborhood who has their stuff out. I'm like, what's wrong with you people? We live in the mountains. Why do you not have your shit out?
It's time, dude. Get it out.
Is.
Like, you only have it out for 2 months, and then you got to move on to,
Christmas.
the Christmas stuff. So
I know, and that shit can only go out for a month. So I'm like, gotta get it going.
Let's go. Let's be pretty. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, hell yeah. So, yeah.
Well, let me tell you something else I'm really sick of hearing about is the freaking clown from It.
Oh, my gosh. It's all over my feed, too. I don't know about yours.
I'm a deep breathing over here because I don't do scary movies to begin with.
No, me neither.
Like, they do not bode well with my
Even
anxiety.
though I know they're not real. I don't.
No, you scare the crap out of me. And then you add a damn clown into the mix?
Who really likes clowns? We've talked about this before. No fucking body likes clowns. Except for maybe that clown dating website or some shit. I don't like clowns.
I bet their business has picked up.
I bet so, too. Thank you. You can thank us. And It.
And It. What's his name? Pennywise?
Oh, he has a name?
Isn't that?
I thought they just called him It. Pennywise?
No,
Where have
I don't like him at all.
been? This is just getting stupider and stupider. Pennywise?
Although I did see like a really funny meme on Facebook last night because you see the one where he's peeking out from the drain system and he's like, "Hey, I got."
Is it the tacos?
No, the tacos is funny too, but this was a podcast related one. It said he's under the drain and he's like, "I can get you sponsors for your show," and then this lady's like, "Okay," and she's climbing into the drain.
That's hilarious. I didn't see that one.
So funny. I'll go back and find it and tag you in it. So I think I know where I saw it,
That's
but
hilarious.
I was cracking up because I'm like, I would totally go into a drain with a clown for a sponsor. So
yeah, I agree. I think I'd punch his ass when I walked in.
Yeah, totally.
As you're talking about scary movies, have you seen the little video that floats around and it says what would really happen if you were in a scary movie? And it's the 2 guys standing, they walk down a hallway, and all of a sudden the light starts flickering on and off at the end of the hallway, and it's like a scary guy.
Yes.
And so they're standing there watching him flick the light off and on. And all of a sudden, he flicks it off, and he appears in front of them. So, of course, one jumps up, punches him in the face, and starts beating the hell out of him. The other one goes and gets a gun and shoots him. And they're like, that's what would really happen?
That's what would really happen, right.
Hell yeah, that's what would really happen.
Yeah.
I'd be punching that son of a bitch in the nuts or the face or something. So I'm like, and I told my mom the other day, I was standing there at the front door at my house, and I said, now tell me, if you honestly opened your front door and you saw some scary ass clown standing on your front lawn, would you scream and run away?
Right.
I'd be like, hell no. I'd slam the door, lock it, and go get my gun, and then just stand there and wait for him.
Right.
Because you're not, I mean, yeah, I don't get scary movies.
Well, we have a mutual friend that sent me a text last week that she's like, hey, let's go to the movies and watch it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm busy, which I was. Like, I had a responsibility I had to take care of. But even if I wasn't, hell to the no. I will never see that movie. I'm getting sweaty just thinking about it. So, no.
You should have said, do you know me?
Right.
Have we met?
You want me to go to a horror movie with a clown in it? No.
Yeah, no thanks. You know, I have to tell you, the last scary movie I've ever seen was The Blair Witch Project. And I think I've talked about it on here before, but my girlfriend and I went after work, and this was the 90s, so this was the Friends era.
Right.
And I was wearing a long, tight skirt. Mm-hmm. And I had to put my legs up in the chair with me because I didn't want my feet dangling in this stupid ass skirt.
That shit was so
work.
scary.
And she was like laughing at it and stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? This shit is not funny.
It was so scary.
It's scary and it's awful. That was it. After
what made that movie
again.
so scary was there was an unseen force. Like you couldn't, they never really did show you what these people were terrified of. And they were stuck in the woods. I go walking in the woods all the time.
Yeah, that's why I don't go camping.
I think of that every time we go camping. I think of that movie. Every time I have to walk to the bathroom in the dark, I think of that damn movie.
Well, and growing up in high school, I don't know about you, but I watched hundreds of scary movies. I mean, the 80s were the epitome of the cheesy scary movie, and I watched them all. And my daughter, my 15 Aubrey, she loves them. But the older I got, the more I realized, number one, they're stupid. Number two, they're scary. And no, thank you. If you can't make me laugh or cry, I don't want to watch it.
Right. I agree.
Hey, on a positive note, I can tell you something really cool is about to happen for me. My mom came home with us, and she originally was going to stay a week. Mm-hmm. So 2 days before we came home, we found out my brother is having an album launch party. So Home Free is actually, their new album comes out, I think, tomorrow or something. I don't even know. But my mom's saying, so on Monday night, we get to go to their album launch party, which I'm super excited about. I hope to see somebody famous.
What are you going to wear?
Probably jeans and a t-shirt. I don't know.
You should wear your cute new shoes that you got for the wedding.
I should. I took those back. I took those hoochie-ass mama shoes back. I didn't tell you that.
No, you didn't tell me that.
Well, we get to the wedding, and it's literally outside in the grass. And so I texted my cousin before I even got out of the car, and I asked her, I said, Rachel, what kind of shoes are you wearing? And she's like, girl, flat sandals. And I said, well, I have heels. She said, don't even bother. You'll sink into the ground. And so I just left my old ratty sandals on, and that's what I wore to the wedding. So
perfect.
I took them bitches back. But yeah, no. I'll probably just go casual, casual mom outfit. Because, nothing says I'm cool than...
Nothing says I'm the older sister, one of the band members, than a t-shirt and jeans. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, it does. At least I have tattoos. If I put all my earrings in, then they can see me from, here up, and they'll think I'm kind of cool. So... Oh, I don't know, but whatever. So
that is awesome.
Trying to steer it away from the stupid scary movie.
The clown
that we were talking about. Yeah, fucking clown.
Hey, do you have a what the fuck story for us?
I do actually.
Awesome.
I do, and I can't imagine that you've not heard of this yet. My what the fuck segment is called the Mad Pooper. The jogging pooper. Have you heard about her?
I've been dying over this story.
Okay. All right. So just in case you've been hiding under a rock and you have no idea what I'm talking about, there's a lady who's in Colorado and she jogs, and obviously she's a professional jogger. She's not like me where I'm like hoping to like make it to the corner and back. She jogs or she runs. And so this lady looked out her window one day and she saw this woman squat down in her yard and literally take a shit and wipe her ass with paper towels. That's an important part of my story later. Paper towels.
Right.
And she was in shock. And I know the kids had seen her do it, and the kids came running in. So she went out there, I guess, and confronted her. And apparently the lady was kind of nonchalant about it, and she left. Well, you're like, okay, maybe she would have been mortified and never come back and do it again. Well, turns out she did it at least 7 more times that they know of. 7 times. And she always stopped in people's yards and shit. And keep in mind that across the road from where she stops, there's public bathrooms at a park. And so she literally runs, jogs, and almost, I guess, the same time every day, which I don't get how they can't catch her if she's that regular. But she's pooping in their yards and wiping her ass with paper towels and leaving it. Literally leaving it, and that's it. And it's kind of crazy because I don't know if you saw the picture, but someone actually took a picture of the poop with their hand next to it so you could understand exactly how big this poop was. And I thought, okay, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt when I first heard the story. I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt because you don't know. Maybe she's got Crohn's. Maybe she has some kind of medical issue.
Well, and you should know that marathon runners do tend to have,
Yes, and that's exactly what I was going to say. I went as far as to like Google it.
But you still don't shit in people's yard.
No, but I will tell you, I read an article about a professional marathon runner who literally was running a race with thousands, hundreds of thousands of people watching it on TV and watching it around the world. She stopped in the middle of the run, shit in the middle of the road where they were running, and took off again.
Right.
On fucking TV in front of millions of people or thousands of people. So apparently it kind of is a thing. I will never know because I don't ever fucking run farther than like from here to my car when it rains. So I don't get it. But to me, at this point, I kind of think either you wear a diaper, you run your ass on a treadmill at home, or,
you stop and use the park. Use the park.
Or you run, yeah, exactly. So I'm not understanding this lady. It's almost like she just doesn't give a shit.
She doesn't.
Never mind. No pun intended. But I don't get it.
It's rude as hell is what it is. And honestly, I'm going to be completely honest with you. If I ever caught someone taking a shit in my yard,
I'd spray her ass with a water hose. Take a picture of her.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck, man?
It's beyond disgusting and rude. I don't care. I just don't care.
And and I don't even think she apologized and said, I'm so sorry. When I run, I have to go and I can't control it. Like, she gave no explanation, And I actually have you read some of the comments? There was a girl on there and she said, I had the same thing happen to me when I lived in a different state. She said every day the lady would come and every day she would poop. And she said, we finally caught her and more like embarrassed her and she moved.
Right.
And she said, this lady looks exactly like that same lady. So they were kind of wondering if it was, like the same serial pooper. But I don't get it, man. I'm sorry. No. If you know that's going to happen, you take proper precautions.
Right.
You know. But when my mom first told me about it, like a couple of days ago, I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
No, it's been all over Facebook, and I die every time I see it because, we're big Bob's Burgers fans, and there's a whole episode about the Mad Pooper, so there's been a ton of references to the Mad Pooper. So we, like, every time I see something, we, like, crack up. But the whole situation just blows my mind. I'm like, you're disgusting and super rude. Like, you are what is wrong with this world. Don't shit in people's yards unless they have wronged you, and then you can totally poop on their porch. But that's a completely different story.
In a bag, and then you light it on the porch.
Right.
You light it on fire. Yeah. You don't, like, squat in their front yard.
Like, I get it. I get the whole, like, there's a whole thing with runners where it messes with their digestive system and everything. But you literally, like you said, take precautions.
Right. Well, I have to think, if you're running that hard and you got to take a shit, I just think you're running too hard.
Right. Yeah. You know who doesn't? You know who doesn't have to take random shits in random yards? Me.
These girls.
Yep.
These girls right here. That's right. Nope.
Finally, we are doing something right.
Okay, no, I have a disclaimer. I have run before and had to go to the bathroom, but literally I was running to go to the bathroom.
Right.
Like, too many tacos, or too much
that mad
Mexican
dash
food.
from the car to the bathroom. We've all made it.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So I do it. So I have to have that disclaimer.
Right.
So yeah.
Right.
But
Oh, I love that story. I love it. I feel so bad for those people, though. I mean, it's just disgusting.
I kind of, in some small way, I kind of feel bad for her, because I kind of have to think maybe she has a mental problem, that she's not realizing that this is not appropriate. You know what I mean?
And maybe she is, but also maybe she's just a dick.
Yeah, I hope, though. I hope they do catch her. I do.
Me too.
And at this point, she has to fucking know that she is trending on Facebook.
Right.
Like, if she is not knowing this,
and
she must live in a bunker.
It's a pretty clear shot of her. I mean, like, someone has looked at that and said, oh my God, that's my neighbor.
Yes. Or, oh my God, that's my mom.
Right.
I'm mortified.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I just, she's seen the art. She's seen it. If she hasn't, then she's, like I said, she's living underground or something. I don't know.
She's too busy running.
I don't know. Hell, maybe she does live underground and she comes out to shit and take a run and then she goes right back. I don't know. Weird.
I'm sorry. It's such a funny story. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll get together. Woo. So
yeah, crazy.
All right. Well, let's think about wrapping it up here, because it's been long enough. If anyone's even still listening, yeah.
I think we lost them. Let's see. We talked about Harvey, Red,
right.
Irma, poop.
Yeah. A lot of poop. Clowns and shit.
Nice catch.
Yeah.
It's our catch-all. It's a catch-all episode. All right. So, do you want to hear the random question this week?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. It's not dirty this week. Sorry, ladies. It's not. We were kind of on the fly. We weren't very prepared today, or I would have totally dug up a really dirty question. But this week's question is, if you could spend $1,000 anywhere, what would you buy?
Oh, gosh.
I know, right?
I think,
like, what would I buy?
If I had $1,000 that wasn't pegged for anything else, what would I buy? I have not taken care of myself in so long. I don't even know how to answer that. But I think what I would really love at this point in time is, like, just to buy whatever I want. I want to buy a bra.
A good bra.
A good bra. Yeah, I would love a good bra. I think I would I'd spoil myself. Like, get my hair done, get my nails done, maybe buy some new clothes. Lunch. Totally lunch.
Let's see. If I think, because I've hit that age in my life where I would really like quality beauty supplies or beauty products, I think I would buy myself Botox, number one.
Hell yeah.
I think I would buy it. Got to get rid of this damn number one between my eyebrows, but I think I would buy like quality beauty products.
Right.
None of that shit that's like $5 at Walmart. That's really just water in a jar. And I would probably buy myself new clothes because I agree. I never treat myself. I buy damn, $7 jeans and, clearance tennis shoes.
Right.
So I would totally spend that all on myself.
I would do that.
Yeah.
I would do it. Now, we're total liars. We'd end up going to the store and then getting stuff for the kids, but
I'd probably buy fucking $1,000 worth of groceries and stockpile it, if we're being honest.
Right. The other thing I think I'd spend, I would really like, I've gotten so nerdy and geeky. Like, tech stuff really like interests me now too. So I could blow it on like equipment for the show, or
I would buy myself a new computer, because that's what I'm jonesing for right now. That's my next purchase, is a new computer.
Well, we talked about that before the show. We're both in the market for a new computer. So yeah.
And I'd be so cheap. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to find a $500 computer. That way I can spend the other $500 on myself.
Botox isn't that expensive anymore. You could totally do it.
I could totally do it. I thought
just Groupon that shit. You can get a Groupon.
I'm seriously considering it because I have so many headaches. I thought, because I've heard that there are benefits to it for headaches as well. And I thought, oh man, I may just try it just to see. I don't know. I'd love to get it done. Absolutely. I'm not vain by any stretch of the imagination, but that is just one thing that has always driven me wild. I acquired this line soon after I had my third kid. And I noticed that it just got deeper and deeper and deeper when those little fuckers got older.
When you started that sentence, you were pointing at me. I thought you were going to blame me for that line in your I'm like, now wait a minute. I didn't do that.
Oh, no. It's the damn kids, man. Those kids. They gave it to me. And I can remember distinctly when it first showed up. I remember looking in the rearview mirror in Walmart when my kids were super little. Like I had 3 little babies at that time.
Right.
And I remember thinking, oh my God, where did you come from? And ever since then, he's just never left. So
he's never left. He just hangs out there.
He does, and he just gets more and more comfortable every day. Well, hey, I just wanted to mention our Facebook group because it's kind of stagnant and not a lot of people. So it'd be really great if you'd go join our Facebook group page or share it with your friends. You know, it would be great. Maybe if we hit 100, what do you call it on a group page? 100
friends. I don't know.
On a group page. If we hit 100 friends on a group page, you know, maybe we could do something really, you know, really fun. I don't know what we could do, but I think we're like halfway there.
Right. You know, and I think to backpedal on what you mentioned, everything has been so stagnant lately. Everything has. Like, it just even people that are not in the affected areas, not just here in Texas, but Florida and on the West Coast, the whole country's kind of been very stagnant, just kind of holding their breath with everything that's going on. So I think hopefully, like, things will start picking up here soon. I know hopefully for us, we'll get back on track to what we were doing and maybe put out a show more than every other week. So
yeah, hopefully,
you know, fingers crossed that things will start. It'll be good for everybody to take a deep breath and at least try to be normal again.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, as normal as we can be. Let's just be honest on that.
My normal is not very normal.
No,
I know.
Mine neither. No, not even close. I don't even know. So, but before I forget, so you can find us on Facebook. We have a page and we have a group. And you can join both. You don't have to just join one. You can totally join both. We talk about funnier things, dirtier things on the group page. Just a little FYI if you like that. Find us on Instagram, on Twitter. We have a website, lifeunderthelaundrypile.com. And we both also have our own individual blogs/websites. However, they're both kind of stagnant as well, but there's still some really good stuff.
I have about 3 different articles coming out in the next week or so.
Well, there you go. Yeah. So Copper's at neverdrinkfrommommiescup.com, and I'm onefedupmommy.com. So come find us everywhere.
Well, I think that wraps it about up for us.
I think so too. And I'm not real sure. I think next week are we talking about are we doing If Moms Ruled the World? We didn't do that one yet, did we?
No, I don't think we have. So yeah, we can do that next week.
We did not.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to do that one next week?
Sure. Why not? Let's talk Office here on the show before we hit stop.
There we go. Yes. If moms were in charge, if moms ruled the world. Yeah. The world would be a better place. Isn't that a song?
I don't know.
It is. It's some sappy 80s song. Be a better place for you and me. You know. Is it? We are the world. That's what it is. That's Stevie Wonder's part. He's singing like this. Could you tell me?
I'm watching you. No, I knew exactly what you were doing when you started rocking back and forth like that. That was me dying of laughter. Like, I knew exactly what you were doing. I knew who you were imitating.
Is that not funny how, like, visual cues, like, in your head, like, you know exactly. Like, that's how I knew, like, what it was. It was We Are the World. Yeah, absolutely. So.
We're such idiots. All right.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for this week, yeah?
That's it then. Yeah.
All right.
I hope everyone has a great week.
Yep. We'll catch you later. Bye, guys.
All right. Bye.